my name is Payal and I am from the Management Study Guides content team. Welcome to Introduction to Strategic Management. Helium Inc. is a leading manufacturer of electrical safety equipments such as miniature circuit breakers, also known as MCBs, molded case circuit breaker, MCCBs, etc. for the past 6 decades. The company has carved a niche for itself in this area and captures the largest market share in its industry and segment. However, now Helium wants to venture into the mobile and smartphone market. It has decided to launch a range of mobiles and smartphones that will cater to the various segments of the society. What do you think Helium should do to become successful in this venture? Yes, a careful strategy planning will help Helium recognize its position in the market, its competitors, and challenges, etc. to help it become successful in its new venture. Hence, strategic management is a bundle of decisions and plans which an organization takes to become successful and improve their overall performance. To make an organization successful, the management should have a thorough knowledge and analysis of the general and competitive environment of the organization. Let us learn about strategic management in detail now. We will be covering these course objectives in this program. You will be able to understand what is strategic management and what is a strategy. This program will help you describe the strategy statement and its components. It will also explain the steps of strategic management process. This program will help in describing the components of strategic management process. You will also be able to differentiate between strategy formulation and strategy implementation. You will also be able to differentiate between strategic, administrative, and operational decisions. This program will help in describing the qualities of a strategic leader and will explain what is a business policy. You will also understand the structure of BCG matrix and the factors of SWOT analysis. Through this program, you will be able to understand the Porter's 5 forces model of competition. You will also be able to understand what is corporate governance. This program will help in understanding what is business ethics, and it will describe the core competency theory of strategy. So let's begin with the introduction to strategic management. So once again, let's understand what is strategic management. Strategic management is a way in which strategists set the objectives and proceed about attaining them. It is applicable to both small as well as large organizations, as even the smallest organization faces competition, and by formulating and implementing appropriate strategies, they can attain sustainable competitive advantage. Strategic management is a continuous process that evaluates and controls the business and the industries in which an organization is involved. Hence, it is important to re-evaluate strategies on a regular basis to determine how they had been implemented and whether they were successful, or do the strategies need replacement. So why strategic management? Let's find out. Strategic management is important to the success of an organization as it deals with making and implementing decisions about future direction of an organization. It helps us to identify the direction in which an organization is moving. Strategic management gives a broader perspective to the employees of an organization, and they can better understand how their job fits into the entire organizational plan and how it is correlated to other organizational members. It helps to manage employees in a manner which maximizes the ability of achieving business objectives. Strategic management helps the employees become more trustworthy, more committed, and more satisfied as they can correlate themselves very well with each organizational task. The strategy statement of a firm sets the firm's long-term strategic direction and broad policy directions. It gives the firm a clear sense of direction and a blueprint for the firm's activities for the upcoming years. The main constituents of a strategic statement are as follows: strategic intent, mission, which includes goals and objectives, a vision statement, and statement of mission. Let's take a look at each of these in detail. Strategic management process has the following 4 steps. Number 1, environmental scanning. Number 2, strategy formulation. Number 3, strategy implementation. Number 4, strategy evaluation. Let us take a look at each of these elements in details. Here, the image given below shows you the components of the strategic management process. Let's take a look at each of these components in detail. Globus Inc. is a leading manufacturer of economy class cars. It has recently decided to launch a new car, Flash, which will be a low-priced car catering to the low-budget consumers. However, monitoring and analysis of the external environment indicates that original forecasts of the prices of the raw materials that are involved in making the car are no more credible. Let me give you a tip. The most effective strategist is one who can become more of a politician, who leads from the middle rather than the top. Hence, it is important that the manager who wants to become an effective strategist should learn to act as a facilitator and a connector, involving others to tap into and develop an organization's unique range of resources and relationships. BCG matrix has 4 cells, with the horizontal axis representing relative market share and the vertical axis denoting market growth rate. The midpoint of relative market share is set to 1.0. If all the SBUs are in the same industry, the average growth rate of the industry is used. While if all the SBUs are located in different industry, then the midpoint is set at the growth rate for the economy. SWOT Analysis. SWOT is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. By definition, strengths and weaknesses are considered to be internal factors over which you have some measure of control. Also, by definition, opportunities and threats are considered to be external factors over which essentially you have no control. According to Porter, the nature of competition in any industry depends on 5 forces. They are threat of new potential entrants, threat of substitute products and services, bargaining power of suppliers, bargaining power of buyers, rivalry among current competitors. These 5 forces should be used as a conceptual background for identifying an organization's competitive strengths and weaknesses and threats to and opportunities for the organization from its competitive environment. The core competency theory is the theory of strategy that prescribes actions to be taken by firms to achieve competitive advantage in the marketplace. The concept of core competency states that firms must play to their strengths or those area or functions in which they have competencies. In addition, the theory also defines what forms a core competency. It is a value to the organization which is not easy for competitors to imitate. It can be reused across the markets that the firm caters to and the products it makes, and it must add value to the end user or the consumers who get benefit from it. In other words, companies must orient their strategies to tap into the core competencies, and the core competency is the fundamental basis for the value added by the firm.